Welcome to Under the Radar, where we bite past the candy coating to get to the chocolate interior of Western culture. I'm Kirk Powell. Today I'm going to cobble together some stray bits that didn't quite make it into previous episodes. Think of it as Under the Radar gumbo. Let's get right to it. Conspiracy theories were the subject of the very first episode. Since then, in fact quite recently, I heard a quote from Noam Chomsky saying that the label conspiracy theory serves to discourage institutional analysis. In other words, it makes it easier to dismiss the big picture in favor of less meaningful small pictures, to keep people thinking on a smaller, more immediate level. In the beauty episode, I mentioned that people in authority in the West subscribe to Jesuit-style standards of appearance. Actually, that image of power is one of our most successful exports. The Jesuit model of rough anonymity through drab uniform clothing combined with acceptance of bodily deformity can be seen in a large number of world cultures, even ones that have adopted virtually nothing else about Western government or social structure. Case in point, China. China has had its own history of bureaucracy for quite a while. Chinese bureaucrats were enough of a recognized trope to be included in Italian operas. However, modern Chinese bureaucrats tend to wear the same suit and tie combination as their fellows and as their Western counterparts, and they are consummate consumers of black hair dye, not necessarily because they want to look younger, but because they want to look more alike. Seem familiar? The episode on the study of history included some comments on the way that today's Western education systems, particularly in America, drain that subject of liveliness and interest by reducing it to testable factoids. The conflation of memory and understanding is a pivotal flaw, in my opinion, in Western education at large. Just about any subject of study can be thoroughly ruined by passing it through the filter of facts and figures. For example, a friend of mine recently told me that he was deeply interested in chemistry as a kid and even had a chemistry set in his basement, but as soon as he took a class in chemistry, all interest evaporated. I would argue that Western education, by mistaking memory to be an indication of comprehension, is not merely failing to energize students, it is actually draining them of their natural passion for learning. My episode on death was inspired by a misunderstanding of the phrase contempt for death. There's another phrase that I didn't include but would be just as easy to misinterpret, a phrase used by classical philosophy in the West up until the modern era. That is, practicing death, which might come across to a modern person as some sort of suicidal tendency, but actually refers to contemplation of or premeditation upon death in order to be prepared for it, the way you might prepare yourself ahead of time for any other given unpleasant thing. That's the end of this patchwork episode. Join me next time to address the idiomatic complexity of modern life. Maybe for added irony, you could watch it on your smartphone while texting a friend. Thanks for watching.